The concept of evil has been a topic of fascination and contemplation for centuries, and it is a subject that continues to be debated by philosophers, theologians, and everyday people. At its core, the question of whether or not there are evil people asks whether or not certain individuals are fundamentally immoral or wicked. This is a complex and multifaceted issue, and it is difficult to arrive at a definitive conclusion. One perspective on this issue is that evil people do indeed exist. From this perspective, some individuals are born with a predisposition towards wrongdoing or have developed habits of immoral behavior over time. These people may engage in actions that are harmful to others or society as a whole, and they may do so willingly and with full knowledge of the consequences. According to this view, evil people are motivated by selfishness, greed, or a desire for power, and they may be incapable of empathy or remorse. One of the main arguments in favor of the existence of evil people is that there have been numerous examples throughout history of individuals who have committed horrific acts of violence or cruelty. These individuals may have shown a complete lack of empathy or remorse for their actions, and they may have continued to engage in harmful behavior even when faced with consequences. It is difficult to explain these types of actions without positing the existence of evil individuals who are fundamentally different from normal people. However, it is important to note that the concept of evil is culturally relative and subjective. What one person or society considers evil may not be viewed the same way by others. For example, certain actions that are considered immoral or wrong in one culture may be seen as acceptable or even praiseworthy in another. This means that what is considered evil is often a matter of perspective and can change over time and across cultures. It is possible that individuals who are considered evil by one group may be seen as heroes or martyrs by another. A second perspective on the existence of evil people is that the concept of evil is subjective and culturally relative. According to this view, people are not inherently good or evil, but rather their actions and behaviors are shaped by the conditions in which they live. This means that what is considered evil is often a product of external factors such as poverty, discrimination, or social norms. For example, someone who is struggling with poverty or discrimination may be more likely to engage in actions that are considered harmful or immoral, even if they do not fundamentally lack a sense of right and wrong. This perspective suggests that it is not fair to label someone as evil based on their actions, as they may be a product of external factors beyond their control. Instead of focusing on the individual, it may be more productive to address the root causes of harmful or immoral behavior. This could include addressing social issues such as poverty, discrimination, or a lack of access to education or resources. A third perspective on the existence of evil people is that the concept of evil is not a useful or productive way to understand human behavior. From this perspective, the idea of evil is overly simplistic and does not take into account the complexity of the human experience. Instead of focusing on whether or not people are fundamentally good or evil, it may be more useful to focus on the specific actions or behaviors that are harmful or immoral, and to consider the motivations and circumstances behind those actions. For example, rather than labeling someone as evil, it may be more productive to consider the reasons why they engaged in harmful behavior. Was it due to personal circumstances, such as a history of trauma or abuse? Was it a result of social or cultural factors, such as poverty or discrimination? By considering these factors, it may be possible to develop more effective strategies for addressing harmful behavior and promoting positive social change.